Ventura, California is a special place on this earth. Our community is bordered by the Ventura River to the north, the Santa Clara River to the south, and looking west is the Pacific Ocean and the Channel Islands. These bodies of water are pearls of great beauty and home to diverse and natural ecosystems and habitats. We too rely on this water for drinking, recreation, and to support our economic vitality. In this video, we'll talk about Ventura's water and what's happening today to protect our natural environment and ways we can use our limited water resources more wisely in the future. In August 2011, Ventura Water, the operator of the City of Ventura's municipal water and wastewater utilities, entered into a historic agreement with environmental and public interest organizations Heal the Bay, Wish Toyo Foundation, and Wish Toyo Foundation's Ventura Coastkeeper Program. This agreement will create a solution to a long-standing concern. Before we talk about that, let's start with some basics about Ventura's water resources. Water and wastewater. Ventura is one of California's oldest coastal cities and one of the largest that relies completely on local water sources for its drinking water. Water we receive from the Ventura River, Lake Casitas, and numerous groundwater wells. Water, used in homes and businesses, then flows through a 290-mile collection system to the community's sole treatment plant, the Ventura Water Reclamation Facility, located between the Ventura Harbor and the Santa Clara River. This plant uses a three-step process called tertiary treatment to clean between 7 to 9 million gallons of wastewater every day. This water must meet strict regulations for cleanliness before it enters the system of wildlife ponds or is diverted to reclaim water uses. Currently, only about 3% of the water is used to irrigate nearby golf courses and commercial landscaping. The other 97% travels through the wildlife ponds for about 4 days before it's released to the Santa Clara River estuary, where the river meets the Pacific Ocean. Over the decades, Ventura has invested almost $100 million in the wastewater facility to meet increasingly stringent regulations as set by the Regional Water Quality Control Board. The concern. While it's a complex question, the simple fact is that there are different viewpoints about how this highly treated wastewater is impacting the natural habitats and ecosystems of the estuary. Ongoing studies are currently being conducted to try to answer this question scientifically. Heal the Bay and Wish Toyo Foundation's Ventura Coastkeeper Program pursued legal and administrative actions because they are concerned that the treated water may be harming the sensitive estuary habitat. The settlement solution. Over a number of months, the three parties worked together to craft an innovative plan and settlement that will provide long-term benefits to the environment and to Ventura's water supply.
I'm Bill Fulton, the mayor of the city of Ventura.
I'm Mark Gold, president of the environmental group Heal the Bay.
I'm Jason Weiner, associate director and staff attorney of Wish Toyo Foundation's Ventura Coastkeeper Program.
Matiwaya, executive director of Wish Toyo Foundation and ceremonial elder of Shumash people.
This settlement was based on the idea that by using common goals and the best available science, we could together find a solution. The agreement lays out a process with defined milestones and dates to ensure that we continue to move forward. Here are the key points. The agreement puts Ventura water on track to recycle as much as 100% and a minimum of 50% of the water. While the estuary studies are still being conducted, we have been able to agree that recycling as much tertiary treated water as possible is an enormous benefit to the environment and Ventura's water resources. By using this reclaimed water for landscaping or for other uses, instead of tapping into our domestic water supply, we will also be helping to secure, stretch, and minimize the costs of our long-term water supply.
The water that doesn't get recycled will be discharged to a treatment wetland to be constructed later and to provide further cleansing of the treated wastewater. Then, the water will flow through the wetland before being discharged directly to the estuary.
Ventura Water's operations and capital projects are completely funded by the rates paid by our customers. Under the terms of this legal agreement, the total cost of this project is capped at $55 million. Early estimates indicate that this may cost about $3.50 per month per average household until 2055. A new cost of service and rate design study for water and wastewater rates is being conducted now. One of the tasks will be to look at the options available to us to pay for this effort over time. We have agreed to work closely together throughout the entire process and use the best available science to make the most responsible decisions. Our community appreciates the natural beauty of Ventura. The creation of a more solid and integrated working relationship between us and the environmental community will help us all protect our fragile, interrelated, and precious water resources.
We've partnered with all Venturans in this important project to protect the ecology of the estuary and the Santa Clara River watershed, to protect the Southern California steelhead, and to protect all of the estuary's threatened and endangered native species that play an integral role in the cities and counties' economic, social, and environmental well-being. This agreement also creates new opportunities to use more reclaimed water in additional ways that benefit our wider community, such as for agriculture, for groundwater recharge, or to combat seawater from contaminating our groundwater supplies. It's a win for the city, it's a win for the county, and it's a win for the watershed's residents, businesses, and visitors.
At a time when water supplies are becoming increasingly scarce, this unique settlement provides many benefits. It will resolve a decade of disagreement about the ecological impacts of discharges on the estuary and protect it for the future. It will also position Ventura as a true leader in integrated water management. In the long run, the investment in our water resources will pay financial as well as environmental dividends.
This important settlement will not only protect the cultural resources of the Chumash people on the Santa Clara River, but the natural resources and the birthright of all Ventura County residents.
Hi, I'm Shauna Epstein, Ventura Water's General Manager, and I'd like to take a few minutes to explain to you the process that we're going to embark upon over the next 15 years. To protect the ecology of the estuary, we will together establish a process and a schedule to determine how much tertiary treated water should be diverted and how much can continue to be released through a treatment wetland. This in turn will direct how we establish a technical process and schedule to select a preferred infrastructure, alternative or alternatives to accomplish these goals. The settlement identifies that we will complete design, environmentally review, and obtain all necessary permits and construct the diversion infrastructure by 2025. This includes having the funding sources in place to financially support the overall project. This settlement sets us in a new direction. So you may ask yourself, why today? Why in this economy should I support this? It is clear that finding the optimum amount of water and the best treatment to protect the sensitive habitat of the Santa Clara River estuary is imperative. It is our responsibility to protect the habitat that is home to a substantial number of sensitive shoreline and wetland invertebrate fish and avian and terrestrial species, including tidewater goby, Southern California steelhead, western snow plover, and the California least tern. Up to 60% of our drinking water is used to irrigate landscaping. Today, our reclamation facility treats and releases to the estuary between 7 to 9 million gallons of highly treated water every day. We must develop new opportunities to use this readily available water for non-drinking uses. This will allow us and other water providers to leave more water in the Ventura River and regional groundwater basins, where it will help support our natural environment and be available to the human population during times of drought or other restrictions. And by using reclaimed water more widely, we can delay or even avoid having to establish expensive new water sources, such as desalination or importing state water from Northern California. All of us have a special relationship with water. It's part of our daily lives, and we cannot afford to take it for granted.
Our decision today will impact generations to follow.
So be a part of our water future. Learn what you can do at venturawater.net. Now we leave you with this Chumash proverb.
Let's invest in a future that we may never see, but the health of our children will depend upon it. That is the birthright.
Thank you.
Thank you.